It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, we've got Daniel Jones. He got his reps in a week ago, over 400 yards through the air. It's the Giants and the Panthers, and it comes your way next.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Carolina Panthers and the New York Giants. Brandon Gott alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Giants in our ball game here, and this is going to be a heck of a chess match. This offense against a defense that will take no prisoners out there.
It's going to be a big-time battle, and I think that both of these teams have that mindset of we're going to do what we do and make the other guys react to us. And we've definitely got a couple of headstrong coordinators who won't back down from a challenge. So this will be a battle of wits as much as it'll be a battle of brawn.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019. Daniel Jones under center.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Jones looking to throw right away. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive. They came out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Jones. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Throwing Jones. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one, because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
We see Carolina's offense getting set for their first possession here, and at quarterback, his 2nd season with the Panthers, Sam Darnold.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Darnold throw complete there to Thomas. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Here's Christian McCaffrey. His pops was a Giant for 3 years. Dances by at the 20. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. From the 16, Darnold. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. The Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down right around the 16. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Darnold. He's got the connection to Moore. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 4th down, Darnold. Over the middle, it's Thomas.
And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
McCaffrey will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
Again, McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Panthers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. Here's Richie James on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. He's piloted 2 drives so far, and unfortunately not very well piloted. Both led to interceptions. Now they're facing the deficit. Another touchdown after that previous pick. Starting over here, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This size, he's a tough man to bring down. But they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
Now Jones on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Carolina offense about ready to go. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our...
Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. That's complete to Tony. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Jones now on 1st and 10. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that'll be caught by Tony. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. They'll look to throw again. That's to Galladay, and he's got it. Touchdown, New York. Kenny Galladay, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Giants have got it back to within a score. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the touchdown from Kenny Galladay. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Personal foul, unnecessary running, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Anderson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal. Expect them to tackle right here on this play.
Darnold to throw again. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. Touchdown, Panthers. Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2. And they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's finished off by a receiving touchdown from Christian McCaffrey. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
On 2nd and 9, Jones eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And they work this well upfield across the 45. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
Here's Jones on 1st down. It's hauled in by Shepard. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now Jones throwing on 1st down. That's complete to the tight end, Akins.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones to the right and complete to Galladay.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
It was a bit of an adjustment for Kenny Galladay in 2021, his first year in New York, and with new quarterback Daniel Jones. His mission, get back to his Pro Bowl form here in 2022 and avoid similar struggles. That catch right there, a nice way to get going.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Graham Gano on for the field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Sam Darnold and the Panthers set to take over again. He already with a couple of touchdown throws in this first half as his guys start 1st and 10.
To throw is Darnold. Here's Higgins out on the right side. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup. It brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
McCaffrey on the toss right. And he may have given those 6 yards right back as they're going to get to him well behind the line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on third. Now Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Off of play action, Darnold. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Jones. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Here's Tony on the quick slant. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Jones finding Tony for a Giants first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Throwing, Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Throwing on first down, Jones. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. On 2nd down, Corbin. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 25. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he will have a Giants first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Open man, he's got him. It's Tony for a Giant touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Giants have cut it back within a score.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just... I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Gano the extra point, and it's now 21-17. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's Kadarius Toney who catches things with a touchdown reception. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
16 yards. And the Panthers first down.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On first down, Darnold. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Darnold. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Darnold now to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. A first down throw, Darnold. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. A beautiful fake. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
This one fielded at the 5.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. For the Panthers, ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Darnold. Checks this down to Hubbard. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw, Darnold. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
That's exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Jones now throwing to start the drive. It's hauled in by Shepard.
Jones pass complete to Sterling Shepard. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Barkley inside handoff, and they'll bring him down right around the 13.
Giants, first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down, and able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 1st and 10, Jones. Over the middle, complete. That's Shepard. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals Jones. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones working the middle, and he's got it complete to Akins, the tight end. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Jones from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They fell last week to Cleveland, but they're on top here as they start this drive 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Here's Darnold. Thomas brings it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. McCaffrey running up the middle. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
New York set to take the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Barkley. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. The Giants on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Tay Crowder able to make the play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Darnold. Short pass tip, but caught anyway. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Hey, during the course of any game, you'll see tip passes. But how often do we actually see the running back come up and end up making the play?
Shifty fella getting in there and grabbing it.
Yeah, you know, they always talk about how running backs have a nose for the end zone. They have a nose for the ball, too. They want in their hands at all times.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 3rd down.
Delay of game penalty. Ships him back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10. To throw is Darnold. And Thomas has it. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now Jones. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Throwing Jones. That's complete to the tight end, Akins. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. A handoff to Barkley. And he'll go down at the 28. 43 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. But we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. On first down, it's Darnold. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
On first and 10, Darnold. And he wisely will throw that one away. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
To the air again, Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down. On 2nd and 10. Jones. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation. Let him sneak his way across. Coming back underneath. Put it in his hands. Let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. On the move past the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Second down, here's Barkley again. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Operating from the gun. Jones to Shepard, complete over the middle. And he will have a Giants first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. A give to Barkley out of the gun. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. 2nd and 5 now. Jones. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Gano now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So Darnold and the Panthers now down by 7, 2:18 on the clock. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. On first down, Darnold. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Well, they trail, but they've got a first touchdown. Robbie Anderson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Panthers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley, responsible for well over 100 yards of total offense, but still hasn't found the end zone. You think that's in the back of his mind going into this drive?
It's always in the back of the mind of a player's having that type of a day because you want that gratification for your work, right? You want that stamp on top of everything. But bottom line for him, he's doing great work. Sometimes it just opens it up for other people to actually get into the end zone for him.
The runners, you know, would they rather have 60 yards, 3 touchdowns, or 150 no touchdowns?
I think more than likely 150 and no touchdowns. But all the runners that I know would say, I'll take 150 and 3 touchdowns. They're greedy that way.
It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Jones.
Well, that's complete to Shepard.
He's got room at the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20.
A big play there for the Giants. 43 yards. The offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
On the run, it's Barkley. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. He'll get it up the middle. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture? That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. Gano for the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's capped off by the late touchdown. It's a 7-point lead here in the final minute of the game. Takes it at the 7. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
What a thrilling fourth quarter this one was. Well, at least, I guess, if you're cheering for the winning side, an outstanding comeback, though, that saw them completely take control and change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of us saw that coming, the way that they were playing and having the lead after 3 quarters. A little bit of a stunning ending because it wasn't just a one-touchdown swing. It was a multiple touchdown swing for them to end up losing that ball game. Give credit where credit is due. They came off the pace and got it done.
So for the Giants, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Dallas Cowboys next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints.